Now come again to another example, and this example is again with the projectile. Let me draw the problem first. Actually, in this question, lots of concepts will be coming together. You will love this question. Question is, a particle is projected from this point, strikes at this point, and it is given here that it is the maximum height point. Now, this is the wall and this is the ground. Both the ball has inelastic collision with both of the this wall and floor. But E for both is same. This is also given. Okay. Now E is same for it. This is E and this is E. Okay. Now question is that ball is projected from this point O, goes here, and it comes in this way and returns at point O. Now it is thrown from this point O, strikes this wall at its maximum height, then it returns back in this way. After one tip, it returns to the starting point. Now the question is, what must be the value of E for this to happen? Now this is a very fantastic question. Nothing else is given, neither U nor alpha, whatever. Only this information is that it is maximum height, strikes and returns back to the point. Now, in this question, first of all, actually I will give you a fantastic thing here, that the projectile is involved, the one concept of E is involved, and few more techniques of maximum concern with the projectiles are involved. First of all, I would like to write, as you write T is equal to 2u sine theta upon g. I write 2uy upon g. Any problem? You write h is equal to u square sine square theta upon 2g. I write it uy square by 2g. You write r equals to u square sine 2 theta by g. I write 2u square sine theta cos theta by g, or I simply say 2 u cos theta u sine theta upon g. U cos theta ux, u sine theta uy by g. Actually, in projectile also, if you write this in this way, lots of problems are solved easily. Now, this is very important. And this, look, the time of flight depends upon vertical component of velocity only. This is very interesting here. The time of flight depends upon vertical component of velocity. Right? And height also depends upon vertical component of velocity. Well, after striking, suppose here the ball is taken having velocity u, this is ux, this is uy. Okay, it strikes the ball with velocity v, then it has only vx component, because vy becomes 0 at the maximum height. It has only vx, it becomes vx, then it returns. I simply write it, suppose u dash x. Okay, here the speed is u, here u dash x, here u dash y, and u dash y means vertical component of velocity at this point. This is the maximum height point, say p. The vertical component becomes 0, horizontal component ux dash, and it returns with velocity. It will have definitely x component only, vx. And now at this point it is striking with the speed ux dash, which is same as ux because x component remains constant, striking with ux, returning back with vx. It is straightforward along the normal direction. Relative velocity of separation upon relative velocity of approach. very clear that Vx, the returning speed along x-axis, actually it is only along x-axis, it is Vx is equal toEux. It is clear? Now, suppose this distance I write d1 and this distance I write d2. Later on I discuss about it. Now, first to discuss about d1 only. This is h. This is d1. The particle comes with Vx in this way. This is simply horizontal projectiles, right? So d1 is equal to Vx, and suppose this time taken is t1. Now look, wonderful thing about t1. As in horizontal projectile, the time taken is written as root of 2h upon g. So here t1 is also root 2h upon g. Now what was h here? Uy square by 2g. 2 by g, total time of flight. Total height is uy square upon 2g. Uy square upon root 2h upon g is the time of flight in horizontal projectile. Here t1 is root 2h upon g, 2 upon g. H is what? Uy square by 2g. 2 cancelled. I have u square by g square root. That means it is uy upon g. Now come here. Total time of flight is what? 2uy upon g. Then uy upon g becomes what? T by 2. Got it? So t1 is what? T by 2. For the total time of flight, what would have it been? Fantastic situation that in this equation I can replace t1 Vx t by 2. I write again. d1 is equal to Vx t by 2 and Vx is equal toEux t by 2. This is about t1. Now we come to d2. d2, say this is d2. Okay. The particle comes from this height h. Okay. Strike here. At this point, before striking, the x component of velocity, suppose it is Vx dash. Here the x component was Vx. From this to this point there is no force, and at this point also the force will be along normal direction. So this component will remain conserved, means Vx dash is equal to Vx, sayEux. Got it? Now the vertical component before collision, after collision, that's important here. This is V, I say, suppose the particle comes here with velocity, say V naught, and goes with V naught dash. Okay. And this Vx dash, I should write V naught x. Okay. Now, before striking, the velocity was suppose V naught. After striking, it was V naught dash. It's just for reference actually. Now, important thing is that before coming, it is V naught, and this component is V naught y, and this component is V naught x. After collision, it is V naught dash. It is V naught dash y. It is V naught dash x. This is before collision. This is after collision. Now along x-axis, this component x and this component are not changed. I have shown here. You can write here also V naught this. Means for this t1, this part, the x component, x for this part, the x component of velocity, I simply write it, is EUX for this part, whatever it is. Okay. After collision, vertical component is V naught dash y, and before collision it is V naught y. Again, by the definition of E, V naught y dash upon V naught y. To find V naught y first, actually the particle started from this h, okay, and fall here. The vertical component, horizontal was same, only vertical component changed. V naught y is equal to root of 2gh, and here V naught y dash is E V naught y E. V naught y is what? Root 2gh. Got it? Now again the value of h is what? Uy square by 2g. It is E root of 2g uy square by 2g. And it is again V naught y dash is 2gh uy square by 2g. It is uy. It is euy. This time for this d1, the x component of velocity iseux, and here it is y component of velocity is also euy. Now, as I told you before, that formula for range is what? 2ux uy by g. In this case, range is d2. 2ux, x component iseux, uy is euy upon g. This is d2. Means 2e square ux uy by g. Now come to d1. d1 we calculated just is equal toeux t by 2. Okay.eux t by 2.eux by 2. T is what? 2uy upon g. Just cancel it out.eux uy upon g. This is d1. This is d2. And both d1 plus d2 are actually what? In the basic question, we see that both these d1 plus d2 are equal to the half of the range. This range is 2 ux uy by g. Then half of it will be only ux uy by g. Means the given range here is r by 2. d1 is eux uy by g plus d2 is 2e square ux uy by g, and range ux uy 2ux uy by g upon 2 is cancelled out. Now look, ux uy g cancelled. E plus 2e square equals to 1. I have 2e square plus e is equal to, in this situation, d1 plus d2 equals to r by 2. d1 equals toeux uy, here it is, okay.eux uy by g plus d2 is here. Look carefully, e square ux uy by g, and r range was 2ux uy by g. I have just placed here, and finally I got this equation. Ux uy g ux uy g all are cancelled. 2e square plus e is equal to 1. Now 2e square plus e minus 1 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic solution of quadratic minus 1b plus minus b square plus 4ac upon 2a minus 1 by 4 plus minus 3 by 4. We can take only plus sign and it is 1 by 2. This is an epic question. It contains the concept of collision I just explained in the basics. It contains the concept of projectiles. Actually, initially the question looks, it's so difficult. Nothing is given and E is asked, but it can be easily calculated. Got it?